The national leadership of the University Teachers Association of Ghana is demanding the reinstatement of dismissed lecturers at the University of Education, Winneba. The demand by UTAG follows the dismissal of lecturers from the university and about 30 teaching and non-teaching staff. Some students of the university have been protesting on campus. Richard Kwajunyako has got as close as he could to it and has been following up on this story. He joins us now. Kwajo, this development clearly worries some, but tell us how exactly we got to this point and what the students are calling for.
Well, could you, as you're aware, the issues about the University of Education really did not start now. Once upon a time, Professor Mauto Avoke was the Vice Chancellor of this university. And then there was this assemblyman from Winneba, Tupiko Fukaira, who sent the Vice Chancellor and 3 other principal officers of the university to court. Then the MP for the area, Fenyo Makin, was their lawyer. So it's been some cocktail of events, very complicated. People cite tribal, people cite political, and people cite personal interest in all of these matters. And so there were some legal tussles that went on, about 6 different court cases, some in the Supreme Court, some at the Cape Coast High Court, some at the Winneba High Court, and others at the lower court. And all of these things have culminated in some kind of environment that has been poisoned at the University of Education in Winneba. What culminated in this present action by UTAG, by the student body, and by some lecturers is that some 2 lecturers have been dismissed, and one was said to have gone to court, taking the university to court, and then they won the case. It was about the University of Education election. So he eventually won the case. When he came, a disciplinary action was instituted against him. A committee was set, and the committee suggested that he has breached some parts of the UEW statutes, and therefore he was summarily dismissed. Another person was also dismissed in the same direction. The people have counted from 1 up to about 30 lecturers and some teaching staff of the university. They cite that the people at the helm of affairs now, they mentioned Professor Afubroni, that they have targeted some people. And then the underlying tone is that some of them are of political, others are also personal. So in some time past, if you did something against any of them, then this is their payback time. And then the MP for Efuttu, who was a very good ally of the Vice Chancellor now, he was instrumental in getting this Vice Chancellor on. And then he is all of a sudden demanding that the Vice Chancellor should be removed from office. The issues are very interesting, and people are asking, why is he demanding that the Vice Chancellor here should be taken out of office? And so I looked for some suggestion or some of the evidence from the other side, and they told me that, well, the MP for Efuttu Alexander Fenyo Makin wants everything for himself. I mean, it borders on contract, it borders on tendering, it borders on procurement. So the students, realizing that things are not clicking at the university, and they see that people are unduly targeted, they decided to protest today. And so they went to one lecture theater to the other, and then they disrupted all academic activities. So all lectures came to a halt, and they converged at the frontage of the University of Education, really by administration. So occasionally they will hoot at any principal member of the university that comes to the administration. We've been there, and then we see the Minister of Education in charge of Tertiary, Professor Kwesi Yanka, the UTAG National President, and other people. But UTAG is angry with the decision to dismiss these 2 people. They say that the people have been unduly targeted. If you look at the tone, and then the reasons that they have assigned for their dismissal, they say that it is unwarranted. And so that is what has brought us to where we are now.
Right. Now, has there been an intervention of authorities in terms of police or any law enforcement on campus?
So the police have been here since morning. They've been trying to calm the students down. I could count up to about 40 students. They keep on bringing 40 policemen. They keep on bringing reinforcement, and they are there to ensure that no property is destroyed, and the students are also safe, carrying on their their human rights duties to demonstrate and all of that. So the National UTAC president, the Efuttu Manhene, the minister, and then the university officers are locked up in a meeting. They are yet to come out, and so we are waiting for them. And the students say they are not going to move away from where they are now until they tell them something or the university rescinds its decision of dismissing their lecturers.
Right. Now, one of those calling for the dismissal of the Vice-Chancellor is MP for Efuttu, Alexander Afenyo-Markin. But on the phone joining us now is Isaka Akudugu, who's the acting SRC president at the University of Education, Winneba. Now, the SRC are warning the MP for Efuttu to stay away from this melee. Mr. Akudugu, good afternoon.
Hello, Honorable.
It's Kojo Yankson.
Yeah, Kojo Yankson. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Now,
Right,
talk to us about the reason why you don't want Mr. Afenyo-Markin involved in this matter.
Honorable Kojo Yankson, I did not hear you very well.
It's Kojo Yankson. Can you please not call me honorable? My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm not that's right. I'm not a Speaker of Parliament or a judge in the Supreme Court. So please, tell us, why do you not want Mr. Afenyo-Markin involved in this matter?
Well, it's not really that we don't want him to be involved in it. You know, as students, we all want the betterment of the university. And we want a discourse that should positively impact the development of the university. And so if his involvement is going to, you know, positively impact the development of the university or is going to help us, you know, move forward at the university, it is welcome. But we don't want situations whereby it is the other way around. That is our major concern as students.
Right. Now, so far, what he has done is he has called for the dismissal of the Vice-Chancellor. This is something that the SRC does not support?
Yes. Come again. You said the Vice-Chancellor?
I said Mr. Afenyo-Markin has called for the dismissal of the Vice-Chancellor. Does the SRC not support this call?
Well, unless we get his reasons and why he's calling for the Vice-Chancellor resignation, because so far, so good. The Vice-Chancellor has been good, and he is running a student-centered administration. And it is evident on the ground that indeed he is running a student-centered administration. And it is everywhere, and all the students can testify to that. So if all of a sudden we hear that some group of people are calling for his resignation, it's only fair that we are being informed why they are demanding so.
Right. Now, we're hearing reports of this rioting on your campus and destruction of property. Can you tell us how, as a student leader, you expect this to be productive?
Well, I would say that it's a bit unfortunate in the sense that it is not actually a riot. It is few students who are picketing. A particular group of students from the Hyper department, that's physical education, who are picketing in solidarity with one of the staff lecturers.
Now, as a student leader, have you lost control of these students, these particular students you're referring to?
Not at all. I haven't lost control. I have invited the association's president over there. I have met them. But the issue is such a way that it's a few group of students who decided to do that early this morning. Now, in a bit of my knowledge in conflict resolution, you don't go and confront them at the ground they will stop. So I have scheduled a meeting with them at 5:00 p.m. for us to sit down and put our concerns in paper so that we petition management so that the issues will be addressed. Can we adopting the strategy of demonstrations and all that, because that is not the best way to go. We are in an academic environment and we must be trained as such. And most importantly, we are University of Education, Winneba, we are pursuing education, the teachers in the future. And so we should not seem to be doing things in the contrary. And so as a student leader, I have not lost control. We are in charge, and we will talk to the students and make sure that they pull out.
So talk us through the roadmap for resolving this matter. What's the SRC going to do? Are you engaging anybody in dialogue?
Yes,
What can we expect?
SRC, the roadmap is that immediately this evening, we are meeting the department in question that the lecturer was sacked. And for us to discuss the way forward, we think that the best forward is for us to write a petition to management. And subsequently, we'll be meeting the entire student body, God willing, on Friday to address some of these issues. Rather than take calm and watch the SRC. We will make our decision. So the speed behind and then stop this sectional.
Right. It would appear that that line is getting a lot less coherent.
Yes, that one might take time, but we'll be meeting them immediately this evening, just after
right. Okay. Mr. Akudugu, we lost contact with you there, but we get the general gist of what you're suggesting. A petition will be written to management to seek a resolution to this matter. Richard Kojo Nyako is still on the line. So, Kojo, talk to us about how management of the university have reacted to what has happened and whether they are willing to come to the table with student leadership to get this matter resolved.
Could you come again?
Talk to us about how management has reacted to events on campus and whether they are willing to dialogue with student leadership and get this matter resolved.
Well, management of the University of Education hasn't told the students anything. This morning, they went into the meeting and are still yet to return from the meeting to tell the students something. The students are clad in red and they are waiting for them to tell them that, but they need just one answer, that they should stop the targeting, they should stop the intimidation, and they should rescind their decision on the dismissal of the two, especially the two lecturers that were dismissed recently. And that is the call also by UTAC that it is an unfair targeting the university administration is doing because they see the reasons that have been assigned for their dismissal as uncalled for.
Richard Kojo Nyako reporting there from the Central Region, where University of Education Winneba has become the scene of some rampaging students protesting the dismissal of some staff of that institution. Thank you so much for your time. We'll keep on top of that matter through you.